Hi, my name is Maggie Beckmeyer, and I'm really very fortunate today to be interviewing John Muncy, who became our newest inductee in the Ohio Auctioneers Association Hall of Fame. I'm really, really pleased to have the opportunity to talk to him. He, just a little side note, he started this to really keep our heritage going and hearing from other things. So I thank you so much for that. So it's really a thrill to have a chance to interview you. So,
Well, thank you, Maggie, for keeping it going.
oh, it's a wonderful
Our
thing.
history and heritage is important to us.
I think so too. Now, how long have you been in auctioneering, John?
Since 1988.
1988. What did you do before that?
Nothing. I worked about 3 months for a chemical company while I was in school and did a few things to survive, but auction's been my passion.
That's obvious. You have a wonderful, wonderful attitude and a wonderful passion for it.
Thank you.
I really am very thrilled. We have several things that we like to ask. What do you think about the auctions real estate? Do you have a feeling on real estate auctions, to benefit auctions? Do you have any passion for anything special?
Well, I kind of love it. Any kind of auction when the momentum is there and your clerk's on top of the game and your setup people are there, the bids are coming in. It's a thrill, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. I thoroughly agree
It's
with
a
you.
natural high. Anybody that's ever played basketball, you know it's a rhythmic sport.
That's right.
And I tell people that an auction is a rhythmic sport. Conversely, when your setup guy maybe he's having a bad day and your clerk can't hear and you have a sniffling nose, it's hard to get your momentum.
How big a staff do you have? I know we got to meet them today.
Our staff's not that big, but I don't know, there's probably 20 people that help us, yeah.
You've got a wonderful support with Wendy too. I told her today, boy, you've had a heck of a day trying to do all this,
Oh,
and that wonderful worship service you guys do is just fantastic.
She does a good job
Oh,
with that.
Unreal. Do you
I'm
do
proud
any
of her.
online, John?
We've done a few online, a little bit of real estate and some personal property, and we've sold a simulcast in a backyard in our little hometown. That was kind of fun.
Where are you from, John?
Our hometown is New Lebanon, west of Dayton, Ohio.
Okay.
So,
We talked about continuing ed with the Ohio Auctioneers, and I know we haven't implicated it yet. However, I think most of the OAA people are for it, and we do have it here at our convention. How do you feel about that?
well, I feel education is the key to furthering our industry. How we should prescribe it, I'm not sure what's the best manner to go about it, but I definitely feel education is what we have to have. The realtors, we have that mandatory.
Sure.
So I know I want to present myself as a professional, and I would think that education is the key to it.
I agree with you. Now, let me ask you this question. Have you ever sold anything really unusual, or you have any anecdotes for us, or anything
Oh
especially
my gosh,
remembered?
it's just so hard when you're on tape or video. Can we take a break and I'll come back with something? We've sold maybe some real estate just like you have that exceeded, and maybe a lamp that for example we thought would bring 6,000 and brings 26,000.
Wow.
Fun stuff like that. So I guess we've all had those experiences. Those make you keep going though, don't they?
They should. They should. Have you ever had something funny happen, or that you can remember?
Yes, I
know
have.
Have you?
That was one of the
Wanna share
questions.
it?
That's one of the questions I put on the list.
See?
And I like stirring the pot, but not when it's on me. I've had my pants rip out getting on a hay wagon. Back when we used to clerk and use the living room, there was a fella, after the auction was over, the cashiers were in the living room and they were settling up, and he said, "That young man right there, he's going to make a fine auctioneer." I said, well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. At that time, I thought my champ was coming along pretty good, you know. He said, not you, my boy in that picture. He's going to auction school. So that kind of set me back a little bit.
Well, they do, you know, the chant is what we know of the auction.
Yeah, you know, that's to a young auctioneer.
Oh, yeah, that's what seems to be the most important to them.
It's a small percentage, though, isn't it?
Oh, yes, and, you know, I'm sure you agree with this, it's not the chant that makes you a good auctioneer. It's nice to have a good chant.
It's nice.
And you do.
But you need to be complete.
Well, you're the most genuine, honest, lovely man that I feel very fortunate to have worked with you and under you. That's really neat. How has the OAA impacted your skills?
Oh, boy, where do you start and where do you stop at? My first convention, I was going to sleep in a pickup truck. It was January, and Lowell, past president from Hillsborough, helped me out. Lowell Chambers gave me a meal ticket, and then I went out and ran into Kevin Went. We went to school together, slept on a couch. He was at the Ohio State farm, and if it wasn't for that, I mean, it just kind of got me going. And then opportunity to work with Keith Sheridan, and that kind of built my confidence and made the auction business fun. I'd worked for a while, and if you know anything about Keith, he's as much an entertainer as he is an auctioneer. So those things and networking, everybody always says that, but it's very true.
Oh, yeah. You're a member of NAA, I know.
Mm-hmm.
And what about that? Do you think that's really improved your business or helped your business?
Well, it's helped me with the education and some networking through CAI. There's one auction that I had 6 properties. That was only because of CAI. So.
Good. Will you ever serve as a commissioner or anything like that, John?
I don't know about that. We'd have to think about that as that came along. That's a big responsibility, isn't it?
It is. I just wondered, do you have any special advice you'd like to give to you're kind of a new young guy, but to the new people coming on or the young guys that are starting out?
Well, I would say work hard, be aggressive, educate yourself, and stay honest to a fault. You know, don't take yourself and put yourself in a situation to cause doubt with the public.
I think you're a very good example of integrity and ethics.
Not so sure of that, but I think we're better off to grow slower and be solid.
I think you're right. Thank you for sharing that. You know, auctioneering is the last free enterprise, fair market. You know, what do you see our future? How do you see auctions?
Well, I think, what was it, Dick Kiko said in the meeting, 1% of the real estate sold is sold at auction. So there's another 99% left out there. It's our upside potential is great.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Well, I'd just like to say what a thrill it was today to be surprised. Something like this, they call it an award, but it's more just an honor, and it's beyond my expectations. So
I can't think of anybody that deserves it more, but you know what? I think you really do, and I really enjoyed when you lost your dad at an auction, is that?
We were actually at an auction. I was 12 years old. The night he died, he talked to me about a lot of things, being honest, talked to me about sex, talked to me about being friendly and nice to people that didn't have all of their faculties, and then at the auction treated me like a young adult, and then a few minutes later he was gone. But that sounds sad, and it is, but I had a good dad for 12 years, and of course I think a legacy.
He wasn't an auctioneer?
No.
So you're a first generation auctioneer?
First generation. But he had a great reputation for being honest. So I know there's some auctioneers that have had overcome their parents' bad reputations.
Yeah.
So I thank him for that.
Sometimes we have to worry about how we behave and how we start, and you've done a fine job.
Well, thank you.
So I really, really appreciate and congratulate you. I really think there's
Thank you,
nobody
Maggie.
who deserves it more. And I really am excited that you started this. And if I'm possibly able to continue, I will.
You're telling me what I wanna hear.
Yeah, I wanna do this, I really want this to continue, because what you're given to the people that are trying to struggle to hear this is really important.
Very much so.
So-
Thanks for your efforts.
Oh, thank you.
Right.
Thank you for time, and
Thanks.
I didn't mean to interrupt, I know your family's
Oh.
waiting and everything, but I am so honored to have this, and I said to Wendy out there before, he started this.
Well, that pleases me that you say that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your help.
Thank you, and congratulations again. This is Maggie Beckmeyer with John Muncy, our newest inductee of Ohio Auctioneer Association Hall of Fame.
Oh, thank you, Maggie.